What's up, gardeners? Welcome to Cross Gardening. This is the end of the season here in Melbourne. We just came out of summer. This is the beginning of autumn. We've been in autumn for about 2 weeks now, and there's still a few jobs that I like to do in the garden during this season. And one of those jobs is seed saving. So today's video is all going to be about how you can actually create a seed packet. So we're going to do some crafting today to be able to save your seeds in there. And why would you like to save your seeds in the first place, right? First of all, it's going to save you some money. And the second reason as well for me specifically is that I got given some plants out of a gardening event that I attended last year. And those plants, one of them was the honeybee variety of tomatoes, and those tomatoes are juicy, they're beautiful, I love them. I didn't get enough of it this year, and I do want to regrow them next year as well. And I won't be able to go and commercially buy those very easily around, right? So that's why I'm gonna go and save those seeds so that I know that I have my own supply of those beautiful tomatoes to replant next year coming spring. So you're gonna need just an A4 paper. Really simple, and you're probably going to need a pen potentially to be able to label your packets and so on. But we're going to do some crafting today, so you may want to have your kids around. It's really cool to be able to do that crafting. They may love doing it, maybe not, but have your kids around so that they can see how they can actually use just the paper to turn into a little bag for you to be able to save your seeds for the next coming seasons. Okay, so the kind of paper you're going to need is just going to be an A4 paper, like I said, and this is just printer paper. It's really simple. It's white paper that you want to use. You don't want any colors in it because often the colors may have some little bit of chemicals in it. You don't want to use any shiny paper either, which may contain some residue of plastics as well. Just use normal paper, right? And with that paper, you can't just use an A4 directly like that. We want a perfect square. Right, so this is a rectangle right now, so how are we going to turn that into a square? It's really simple. I'm going to pull down the video so you can see me doing it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take one corner and I'm going to fold it over and fold it so that it aligns over here with the other side, just like this, and then just fold it. You may want to use your nail so that it's really a crisp fold here, and then that flapping left over here, you want to fold that over as well. And again, you just want to align it quite well. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist with those things. You don't have to be. It's going to work out. And fold it on the other side as well afterwards. And then if you wet it a little bit of that side here, it's going to be very easy for you to rip that away. So the way I wet it, I just use my tongue to do that. I'm going to spare you looking at me licking that piece of paper. Now that it's a little bit wet, it's very easily to split it apart. There we go. So here you end up with a perfect square, right? So you still want that fold. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of those corners with the smaller angles. You don't want to use the 90-degree angle here. Use the small angles, and you want to fold it across about 3/4 of the way. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can use a ruler if you really want to, but you don't have to. And then go and fold the other side over it as well. Again, use your nail so that you got a really crisp fold here. See, look, it's not perfect, right? But it's still gonna work, so don't worry too much about it being perfect. Then what you want to do is you want to fold it over. So take the bottom part here, fold it over here. Again, use my nail to have a really crisp fold. And then if you take one of those little tongue here, I'm going to use this one, I'll fold it, put it inside the other one. So you see here, I got some space. I'm just going to put that inside that space. Doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry about it too much. But you gotta fold it a little bit in there for it to fit in. Just like that. There we go. And now, what I got this little bag here, right, where I can actually put my seeds in there. Once you put your seeds in there, all you need to do to secure it closed, you take this part here that is sticking out and put it in here. Really simple. Close it crisp. And here you go. This is your bag. And now what you can do is you can write down the kind of seeds that you will be saving in here. And I know I'm going to be saving some honeybee tomato. It would be really useful for you as well to write down the year that you actually save those seeds. So here this is 2023 and this is March, so I'm gonna write March 2023. And you can add some more information if you'd like, how many seeds you got in here, or maybe for me what I want to do is I want to put down where I actually picked those seeds as well, because I do have some honeybee that I planted inside the greenhouse and some honeybee that I planted as well outside on my beds, in my beds outside. So I'm gonna put it picked from the greenhouse. And here you go. Here's your seed packet. Okay, so now that you know how to create your seed packet, you're ready to put some seeds in there. And for me, I'm gonna use some tomato. You wanna make sure that your seeds, when you put them in there, they're as dry as you can have them, right? So what I'm gonna do with my tomatoes is I got the seeds in here. The tomato seeds, when you just took it out of the fruit, there's a little bit of a pulp around it, right? Some soft tissue around that. And this is gonna mold if you keep that on the seed, and so your seed won't be viable anymore. So what you wanna do with that is you wanna make sure that you remove it from the seed, but then you dry the seed. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna get like a napkin or some toilet paper and rub the seed in there and then leave it in the sun for a few minutes or hours. Make sure that the seed is really dry, and then I'm gonna put it in that bag. And that's pretty much it. This is how you can save your seeds for the next season. If you like this video, just hit that like button. And if you'd like to support our channel or see more content like this in the future, just hit that subscribe button as well, and just hit that bell button so you can get the notification anytime I upload a new video on the channel. And like I like to say all the time, it's never been a better time to be a gardener. So join the community and let's make a world where we're more connected with our Mother Nature.